Hi, my name is Lisa Calamo, and welcome to our third webcast with Cooper Levenson attorneys Alexandra Rigdon and Cynthia Grob from the Family Law Group. Today we have Michael Salad, a fellow Cooper Levenson lawyer, joining us from the Business and Tax Group. Mike, how are you?
Very well, thank you. Appreciate the opportunity.
Great. Today, Lexi and Cynthia will be asking Mike a few questions, so I'll turn it over to them.
Hi, Mike. How are you?
Hi, Cynthia. How you doing?
We're doing good. All right. So we invited you onto our little Cherry Hill Squares because we've had a lot of input from clients who have been talking to us about wanting to make some changes and or updating their estate planning documents, either because it's incidental to the end of their marriage and their divorce being finalized, or in connection with COVID-19. Can you tell us a little bit about what kind of services you offer clients in that regard and how you are adapting during COVID-19 with those services?
Sure. It has been certainly an interesting time. The most challenging part of the COVID-19 impact on the estate planning practice group is the practical side of things and how we are signing documents and coordinating notaries and witnesses. And fortunately, in New Jersey, they've recently enacted legislation that allows us to use remote notaries, and we have had witnesses through windows and in cars and some other not so common places, but it has been working fairly well. And we're receiving a lot of inquiries now that people have time on their hands and that they are potentially going to become ill. They want to ensure that not only they have their wills and trusts in place, but that they have their living wills and powers of attorney in place, which we provide full service in terms of estate planning documents.
Okay, that's great. And I can confirm that you guys, your services from your department, are services that run hand in hand with our family law department. Lexi, what's your question for Mike?
They definitely do run hand in hand. And Mike, I have done a lot of prenups recently, including for somebody who I'm thinking about whose wedding was postponed due to this, like so many people, which is such a shame. Sometimes with the prenups, clients choose to do a prenuptial agreement that also has an estate planning component in it that says, you know, you're not, my stuff is my stuff, your stuff is your stuff, including if we die and we're still married. So, but there's another way to go about doing it, which is not mentioning that at all in the prenuptial agreement and leaving it to the estate planning people to finalize those documents in separate documents. So can you talk a little bit about the pros and cons of that?
Sure. What I most commonly see with a lot of my clients who are small business owners and they are entering into a marriage is that they want to have the flexibility to be able to not provide for a spouse in their estate planning documents, and they want to ensure that their business interests will pass to the people, whether it's family members or others in the business, that they direct. And the ability to do so through a premarital agreement allows them to state that they will not have to, by law, make any provision for their spouses in an estate planning document. But as situations change, if they are married for quite a long time, they still have the ability to provide for a spouse in their estate planning documents. So I prefer that they use both the premarital agreement and then also update estate planning documents.
So you would prefer that the premarital agreement says something about estate planning, even if in the future they change it down the road?
That is my preference, particularly when I represent my clients who are the ones that have the assets that are bringing them into the relationship and that own small business interests. It is very important from a business succession standpoint that they have that flexibility. But if they want to be able to provide for a spouse in the future, there's nothing that would prohibit them from doing so. That's my preference and most common mechanism that I implement.
Well, thank you, Mike. And I can attest, and I'm sure Cynthia can as well, that your department, especially the wills, trust, and estates side of it, has gone hand in glove with a lot of the family law issues that we face. So thank you so much for gracing us today. And we miss you. It's good to see your face.
You too. Hopefully we'll be up in Cherry Hill in the next month or so and get to see everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Yeah, great. And then we like to end on one fun question. So I'll start with you, Cynthia, then Lexi and Mike, you guys can follow. what is something, especially with the nice weather, that you're doing outside right now while staying socially distanced, of course?
As we were discussing, I have a kayak, and I've been kayaking on Neshaminy Creek here in Pennsylvania where I live, and it's been awesome. It's really nice to be out, and a kayak and its paddle naturally makes you at least 4 to 6 feet from anyone else you encounter in the water. So it's a lot of fun.
I have been going to, well, some may call it loitering or something, but I have been going to different towns and, driving to different towns and then parking and walking around just to get a change of scenery and, trying to stay as far away from people as I can. But walking around my neighborhood has gotten old, so I've tried to spice it up a bit with a change of scenery here and there, while keeping away from people.
I've been taking my son for walks every single day since we've been in the house. We've gone to, I think, every single park within a 10-mile radius of the house. And I'm an avid golfer, so we've been walking around the golf courses and for an hour every single day. I haven't missed a day, I don't think, since we've been quarantining, and it's been a very nice reprieve.
What's your handicap, Mike? Am I allowed to ask?
About 6.
Wow, you are an avid golfer.
No, I'm not. I used to be.
That's really good.
Don't play virtually at all anymore, unfortunately, but I used to play it quite a bit. Yeah.
Great.
Nice.
Thank you, Mike, for joining us and answering some questions. And thank you for everyone else that joined in to watch. Stay safe out there, and we'll see you next week. Thanks, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you.